Good morning and welcome to Mary Ellen's Miracle Moment. Of course, I'm Mary Ellen, and you can always connect with me through AskMaryEllen.com. I had to stop for a minute and think of what day it was, because on Mondays I do Miracles with Mary Ellen, and on Thursdays I do Mary Ellen's Miracle Moment. This is Thursday. Good. I hope you're having a really fun week, a really fantastic week. I'm having a great week because I'm learning a little bit more about speaking and how to speak correctly so that you can hear what I have to say. And it's been a fantastic time. You know, a long time ago, and it wasn't so long ago, you could buy a gallon of gas for less than a quarter. You could buy a whole loaf of bread for 25 cents. You could buy a lot of things for under $1. Now, this story goes along with that premise. And it always begins once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was a little boy. Now, it was really hot out, and his home didn't have any air conditioning. You know, air conditioning wasn't everywhere until not too long ago. I can remember driving to Montana, where my grandparents lived, in a car that had no air conditioning. That's a trip. Anyway, this little boy's house didn't have any air conditioning. So his mother gave him some change and told him to go down to the corner cafe where they had air conditioning and get himself a little treat. Now, so he walked down to the cafe and he walked in and he sat down at the counter. Now, the waitress kind of looked at him with a scowl and a frown because she was thinking, where is this boy's parents? What could he possibly want? Still, the waitress put down a glass of ice water in front of him and asked him, what do you want? How much is an ice cream sundae? The little boy asked. 50 cents, she said. The little boy took out his coins and he was counting them. And he looked up and he goes, how much is some plain ice cream? 35 cents, the waitress scowled. She was really frustrated because there were other customers waiting for her assistance. He counted his coins again and he looked up and he goes, okay, I'll have the plain ice cream. The waitress went and got the plain ice cream and set it down in front of him. And of course, she put the check down too and just left. The little boy took his time eating the ice cream in the wonderful air-conditioned cafe. And when he finished, he paid for it and left. Well, when the waitress came back to wipe down the tables, she began to cry because there, folded up underneath the check and by the ice cream dish, the empty ice cream dish, was her tip. He had left her 15 cents. You see, the little boy had enough for a sundae, but he didn't have enough for a sundae and to tip the waitress. So he could have been selfish and bought a sundae and not left her anything. And this was not how this little boy was raised. He was raised correctly to pay for what you get and make sure you tip the person that helps you. So no matter what the circumstances are, always treat others as you wish to be treated. Now, I love this story, especially for the Father's Day weekend, because what do parents do? Yes, they give up things for themselves so their children can have things. And the children don't even realize it, at least not until they're older. You know, whomever is in your life, as a father figure, as a parent, as a husband, as a son, as a brother, or maybe as a whomever you call those figures, okay? I don't want to get in any trouble here. Make sure on this weekend, you do something special for them. Maybe do an activity that they like. Even if it's just watching TV, sit down and watch TV with them. Make them something to eat. If they like to go fishing, go out and go fishing with them, even if it's not something you like to do. You can go axe throwing. There's axe throwing here in Chattanooga and all over the place. That is a lot of fun. Maybe you want to go paddle boarding, but do something fun to enjoy this person while they're in your life now. And tell them how much you love them now. You know, I'll be going out to where I have my father's memorial here in the yard and speaking with him. And I'll also be honoring my husband and my brother. So, whomever you have in your life that's still alive, make sure you tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, and how grateful you are. And gratefulness is a feeling. So, make sure you take that feeling and you say, oh, you know, I remember when you did this for me and it made me feel so special and so kind and so unique. Because I still remember when the cheerleaders used to sell donuts. My father and I would get up early in the morning, drive down to the only Krispy Kreme in Atlanta, Georgia, the very first one, pack up the trunk with Krispy Kreme donuts, and take them out so all the cheerleaders could sell them. That's still a very special memory I have with me of my father. So go forward this week, have a fun weekend, do something special for that person in your life, and make sure you always treat others the way you want to be treated. I'll be back on Monday with Miracles of Mary Ellen, when I will be speaking about the miracle of mindfulness. So until Monday, have a great, fun-filled weekend. Bye-bye.